Greg Biffle in the 37 car, one of the guys who started in the back of the pack. He's made his way up to 8th place, Marty.
Yeah, Alan, he's running very well right now, but he is a bit concerned about his race car. He says he doesn't have doesn't have much brakes left in the car, and it simply won't turn for him. He said, I'm doing what I can just to finish, and his crew chief isn't helping matters any, telling him on the radio, try to conserve fuel. One other note about Jeff Burton. He's also complaining about the handling of his race car, saying it's much worse than it was in an earlier stage of the race. Guys?
Laps, rubber on the racetrack. Conditions will change.
Boy, we heard from Marcus Ambrose. He's loving his car. He's like, well, I'm not even abusing this thing yet. Got plenty of brakes left. That's trouble for the rest of this field.
Oops, somebody was just dusting it a little bit back straightaway. Is that Lally in the 47? Here's another team with a nice rally through the shuffle of pit stops and strategy and so on. Scott Zipadelli, the crew chief there, has got this 47 car back into the top 10. He's running 7th.
Yeah, that's awesome. Bring it on.
Vince, what are they saying down there?
Well, they're very happy with the way this car has run and the way Andy Lally has driven it. And Lally won the GT class on Friday here, his 5th win of the season, so it's been a good weekend for him. But he just had turned the fastest lap of was the fastest car on that last lap, 42.4. And they don't have to stop for fuel any longer either, so they're out there until the end. And they're very confident that he can improve on this current 6th place spot.
And that's a teammate to Marcus Ambrose. Both those cars are out of the same shop.
Tell you what, if we don't see another caution or two, the fuel thing at the end of this race is going to get to be really, really interesting.
Boy, it could be sad if you're a Marcus Ambrose fan.
There could be guys running out all over the place, and somebody you totally don't even think is in the picture right now could wind up winning this thing.
Absolutely.
52 of 74 laps complete here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. Marcus Ambrose, the Australian, is out in front of Kevin Harvick. Indy cars roll into one of the fastest tracks on the circuit tomorrow, Michigan International Speedway, for the Firestone IndyCar 400. ESPN2 Sunday at noon Eastern Time. Close championship fight. Indy 500 winner Dario Franchitti and Scott Dixon there atop the standings. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. 20 laps to go at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. Marcus Ambrose is leading this NASCAR Busch Series inaugural event here. He's out in front of Scott Pruitt by 4 seconds. Ambrose is laying down some laps.
Yes, he is. He's been fast. I'm not sure if the crew guys say, okay, you can't make it on fuel. Just get as much as a lead as you can. So if you do have to stop, we're going to lose as little bit of track position as possible.
Second place has just changed hands. Both Scott Pruitt in the yellow 41 and Ron Fellows in the 33 just went around Kevin Harvick. So kick Harvick back to 4th with Robbie Gordon just behind them, rounding out the top 5.
Looked like Kevin had a lot of wheel put in that car right there. You can see the left front turn, so Kevin might be a little tight on some of these corners.
Ambrose he's just flying right now. The lap times he is putting down.
He's checked out from these cats.
Yeah. But again, remember the report we got from pit road, his team does not feel they can make it to the finish on fuel. So they're either going to have to pit again or hope for a lot of laps of caution. And the caution has been a pretty rare sight today here in Montreal. A lot of people were expecting a yellow flag-filled race. We've only seen the full course yellow 2 times today, both of them for engines being broken and dropping liquid on the racetrack. Of course, Marcus Ambrose in his rookie season on the NASCAR Busch Series, but he said that halfway through the year, he's really begun to redirect his goals for the season.
Now we're at a point where we're finishing on a regular basis. We're getting better and better in our performance. Our goals have changed. I think we need to run top 10 every week, at least hang around the top 10 more often than not.
We're talking about Ambrose still learning the oval track. He's still going to speedways he hasn't been to yet. But he really has shown a lot of promise, and he's very well respected, I think, by his fellow drivers in the garage.
Oh, he has. You talk to anybody out there, and Marcus hasn't really made anybody mad yet. That's something that is good for his side, because once you get into this sport, it's very easy to really make somebody mad, especially on an oval that he's not accustomed to. He's been good on restarts. If he does get a lap down, he gives the racers race race room. So I tell you what, a lot of respect to Marcus.
Gary, want to talk about Ambrose some more?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out the fact you were talking how Ernie Copeland said earlier they needed 3 laps or another caution. They were that much short. Just checked with him a few moments ago. They've made up a half a lap. Now they need 2.5, but they're running out of time. At 2.5, I don't think you can save that kind of fuel. And I think without a yellow, they're going to be in tough shape, and they'll have to visit pit road.
Yeah. Well, they must be doing some serious heartburn down there in that pit right now, because the caution, like I said, has been a rare thing today, and the guys behind them don't have to stop for fuel.
Well, I mean, on Marcus's behalf, when he came down pit road, he's like, all these other guys are going to make it, so I'm going to make it. So I'm just going to go out there and just see it. I'm going to check out. I see some damage on the front of Kevin Harvick's 21 car. Look at the right front fender was all blown up.
Here's Robbie Gordon in 5th place. That damage on the left side of his front grille has been there since early in the race. What about Robbie Gordon's day, Vince?
Well, they're needing a yellow like many of these other teams. I just spoke with Brad Parrott of the 41 car. They said they need yellow as well. 55 needs yellow. They've got to conserve fuel. You're not going to be able to conserve fuel and get past the cars that they need to get past. So I would look for the 55 to have to come in, particularly as you noted, Alan, we're not seeing many yellows today. If this one stays green, they're definitely going to have to come for a splash.
Got some smoke showing on the racetrack now, but that was from David Reutimann.
I think it was coming in a little hot. Smoked the tires. Oh, it looked like his right front got damaged.
Yep. Got the fender caved in on that Toyota, and he will be visiting the pit lane shortly.
Hopefully the tire will last that far when he gets there.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened.
This won't be
the cause of it. This will just be the smoke we were seeing.
As soon as the car unloads and puts the weight forward, it drops the fender right on top of the tire.
It's not going to last very long like that, so we'll see if Reutimann comes down pit road. He is on the lead lap in 16th place right now. Oh, Jorge Goeters. I thought I heard tires squealing into the barrier.
It just went by Reutimann.
So Goeters has backed it into the fence.
Looks like a gremlin.
Do not have a caution flag on the course as of yet. He's driven it away.
Hopefully he realizes his spoiler's jacked up about 3 foot.
Boy, did they make contact before he spun? Or?
No, I think David just got out of the way, and Jorge just got in there and miscalculated the corner and got in there really hot.
So Goeters trying to limp his way back around and bring his car to the attention of the pit crew.
No, I'm okay, guys. Just put some tires on it.
Got a little bit of work to do there.
Easy.
One thing's for sure, I hope they don't need any more fuel, because they're not going to be getting it into that car that way. Carl Edwards on board.
Oh, you can feel the rear end. You can simulate the rear end hopping. And NASCAR told them to stay on the racetrack. Come on, Carl, listen up.
Of course, Carl already in the garage. Broke one of the truck arm mounts on the rear suspension of his car earlier. Spent time behind the wall while it was welded and repaired. He is in 31st place, 10 laps down to the leader. So the shifter handle with that dislocated right thumb, the least of his problems today.
Well, I mean, you know, that could have been something where he missed the right gear and he went to a different gear and got the rear end hopping real bad.
There's Greg Biffle paying a visit to the gravel.
He said his car wasn't turning too good.
Apparently went straight down at the hairpin.
Yep.
And Goeters has got some more problems, and he may be parking right there. See if this is going to bring out a full course yellow. And it does. Now things get interesting.
Stay out.
Yellow flag number 3, probably in the Marcus Ambrose pit. They are breathing a sigh of relief.
Put it in 4th gear, Marcus, and just idle.
Full course yellow out here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. Will any of the front runners pit, or are these caution laps enough to get them fuel to the finish?